The transmission arrived at dawn. 1,000 screens flickered to life across Earth, displaying a council of alien species, faceless, their features blurred by holographic static, voices synchronized into a single mechanical drone. Humanity, they declared, your civilization is a threat to galactic stability. Surrender your colonies and technologies within 30 cycles. Refusal guarantees annihilation. The message repeated, cold and final, before dissolving into dead air. Panic erupted instantly. Stock markets collapsed. Governments scrambled to debate surrender, while fringe groups burned cities, howling about divine punishment. A Brazilian astrophysicist, analyzing the signal's metadata, found a hidden fractal pattern, a star map marking Earth not for occupation, but eradication. She leaked it anonymously. By nightfall, the truth trended globally. They never planned to let us live. Amid the chaos, a grainy video surfaced. An engineer in a grease-stained jumpsuit, face obscured, stood in a ruined warehouse. They call us chaotic? Good, they said, voice crackling with fury. Chaos means they can't predict us. We'll weaponize our mess. Let's build something they'll never see coming. The clip spread like radiation. Protesters adopted the engineer's symbol, a shattered planet reforged with jagged lightning, spray painting it on walls, ships, and skin. Reluctantly, world leaders convened. China donated lunar fusion reactors. The European Union repurposed quantum satellites. Nigeria crowdsourced engineers to retrofit oil rigs into launch platforms. The United Solar Front formed not with handshakes, but with gritted teeth and shared rage. Draftsmen sketched warships shaped like axes and spears. Coders wrote viruses disguised as peace treaties. Farmers stockpiled nitrogen for bombs. 3 days early, the aliens struck. A scout fleet emerged near the moon, sleek vessels like polished obsidian. Luna Colony's distress call lasted 8 seconds. The USF watched, helpless, as fusion fire vaporized the dome. 5,000 lives silenced in a flash. The coalition broadcast a correction, toneless. Countdown miscalculated. Compliance window expired. Earth held its breath. Then it screamed back. A rogue USF captain, ignoring orders, unleashed a salvaged plasma cannon from an Arctic platform. The blast sheared through a scout ship's hull, scattering molten debris over Canada. It wasn't a victory. It was a message. By morning, every human with a weapon had one answer: come closer. The aliens, for the first time, hesitated. The Arctic strike became a blueprint. Factories that once built smart cars now welded armor plating. Teenagers in Jakarta modded gaming consoles into drone controllers. A retired Iowa farmer, studying schematics on her tablet, retrofitted crop dusters with missile racks. The aliens had rules, humanity had scrap. In Lagos, engineers stripped down a stolen alien thruster, its core pulsing like a diseased heart. It's not tech, a woman muttered, welding goggles reflecting the glow. It's biology. They grafted it to a hijacked freighter, creating the first hybrid warship. Its maiden test tore a canyon into the Sahara, but it flew. The Black Sky Initiative was born in silence. A hacked alien database revealed gravitational nodes, weak points in their fleet's formation. Scientists proposed slinging asteroids through them like stones from a sling. Volunteers, voices scrambled, signed off on the plan via encrypted channels. See you on the flip side, one laughed, before piloting a rigged comet into a patrol cluster. The explosion lit up Jupiter's storms. Aliens retaliated with logic. They targeted power grids, but humans rerouted electricity through Bitcoin mines. They bombed ports, but fishermen smuggled parts in submarine trawlers. A viral meme, a dancing cat wearing an alien helmet, crashed their comms for 6 hours. Analysis: human resistance relies on randomness. An alien drone reported before self-destructing. Art became armor. A graffiti artist in Kiev painted warships with optical illusions, making them flicker like ghosts. A Tibetan monk encoded missile coordinates into prayer wheels. When alien scanners detected the symbols, they categorized them as decorative. The first volley obliterated a dreadnought. 2 hours before the deadline, the USF gathered. Ships assembled over Mars, jagged, asymmetrical, patched with graffiti and prayers. A captain broadcast a lullaby from her childhood, the same melody echoing across 1,000 cockpits. Engineers in Mumbai linked their reactors into a single unstable pulse. "Aim for the pretty one," a gunner joked, targeting the alien flagship's shimmering hull. The aliens arrived in perfect formation, their ships smooth and silent. They opened hailing frequencies, demanding surrender. The USF responded with a single video, a toddler stacking blocks, knocking them over, and laughing. The transmission cut to static as the first kinetic asteroid struck. Gravity nodes flared. Alien shields buckled. Hybrid ships, spewing fire and radiation, rammed into the gaps. A crewman on the Martian flagship rigged the comms to blast Thunderstruck as they crashed into a carrier. "Tell them we brought the noise," he screamed. The alien fleet scattered, regrouping into tighter ranks, a fatal mistake. The USF detonated the reactors. The blast wasn't light or sound. It was absence, a vacuum sucking in ships, sensors, and silence. When the dust cleared, half the human fleet was gone. So were the aliens' forward legions. Survivors floated in the wreckage, tallying the cost. A medic pried open a vent to find a soldier's sketchbook, a detailed drawing of Earth, whole and unbroken. On the next page, scribbled in charcoal, "Worth it." The aliens regrouped with cold precision, their remaining armada folding into a geometric kill grid. Human sensors flagged it as inescapable. The USF called it Tuesday. A squadron of retrofitted cargo haulers, engines screaming, charged headlong into the formation. Seconds before impact, they ejected their cockpits, slingshotting the empty hulls into the grid's center. Alien targeting systems locked onto the decoys, ignoring the escape pods drifting silently past. Inside one, a pilot grinned, detonating the hidden payload. The chain reaction shredded 3 cruisers. "Bowling for bastards," he radioed. Before his pod was vaporized, chaos escalated. A New Zealand pilot, once a competitive drone racer, weaved through plasma fire, dropping EMP grenades tuned to alien shield frequencies. "They're rhythmic," she'd realized, humming a pop song as she worked. Her final run crippled a carrier, its engines stuttering in 4/4 time. The aliens adapted, tightening their algorithms. Human AIs, trained on centuries of war films and meme archives, countered with fake surrender signals and Shakespearean insults. A dreadnought's commander, enraged by a translated, "Thou crusty batch of nature," broke formation to pursue a phantom ship, straight into a minefield of repurposed deep-sea drilling charges. But the cost mounted. The USF's flagship, Iron Tempest, lost its lower decks to a boarding party. Crewmen fought back with welding torches and pipe wrenches. A Marine shoved an alien into the ship's recycler, laughing as it spat out bolts labeled human property. The Black Sky's second wave arrived late. A hail of asteroids diverted from Saturn's rings. One punched through the alien command hub, fracturing it like glass. Celebrations died when sensors revealed the truth. The core fleet remained, shields regenerating. "We're out of tricks," a comms officer muttered. "No," a lieutenant replied, pulling up schematics. "We're out of time." The Iron Tempest's captain, voice steady, ordered a full burn toward the enemy flagship. Crewmen strapped in, some praying, others cursing. A mechanic rigged the ship's speakers to blare ode to joy as they accelerated. Alien disruptors tore through the hull, but momentum carried the wreckage forward. The collision cracked the flagship's spine. Secondary explosions rippled through the alien fleet, their synchronized networks overloading. Surviving human ships, engines bleeding plasma, surged into the gaps. A Texan gunner, down to her last round, loaded a canister of rusted nails. "Yeehaw," she whispered, firing. Silence followed. The aliens retreated, their pristine order shattered. Human ships floated in the debris, crews trembling with adrenaline and grief. A medic patching a wound paused, hearing something faint. A harmonica playing from a dead pilot's cockpit, still broadcasting on loop. Scanners lit up. One final alien vessel, damaged and drifting powered weapons. A child's voice crackled over the USF channel. A girl hiding in a Tokyo bunker, hijacking a radio tower. "Dozo," she said, "please." Every remaining gun fired at once. When the smoke cleared, Earth's survivors stared at the stars, waiting. Nothing answered. An engineer on the Martian perimeter, reviewing damage reports, spotted an anomaly. The enemy's debris, swirling in the void, had formed a perfect spiral galaxy. She snapped a photo, captioning it, "Look, they made art." The alien coalition collapsed within hours. Their client species, long suppressed by sterile doctrines of order, intercepted human battle feeds. Footage of singing soldiers and warships painted like sunflowers. A mining colony on the edge of the Perseus Arm revolted first, overloading their overseer's reactors with improvised fusion cords. Their broadcast, spliced with human war cries, echoed through the void. "Give us chaos or give us extinction." Earth refused to lead. The United Solar Front dissolved into the Galactic Mutual Defense Pact, its charter a single line: "We share tools, not rules." Engineers shipped warp cores to rebel factions, jury-rigged with failsafes that detonated if used for conquest. A former alien warship, repainted by liberated slaves with Van Gogh's Starry Night, glassed a tyrant planet's capital. The blast pattern spelled "free" in radiation. Memories hardened into myth. On Mars, survivors erected a monument from battlefield debris, a twisted spire studded with remnants of every culture. Navajo turquoise, Shanghai steel, Nairobi circuit boards. No names, only handprints in concrete. Alien pilgrims arrived, pressing their own against it, leaving smudges of oil and chlorophyll. Historians dissected the war. A Zenthian scholar published the Paradox Campaign, theorizing humanity weaponized irrational hope. Her peers ridiculed her, until a human sent a data chip containing jazz music, a recipe for chili, and a note. Analyze this. Decades later, a child knelt in the soil of a terraformed moon, her fingers brushing a stalk of alien wheat spliced with earth corn. "What if they come back?" she asked. Above her, the sky flickered with defense satellites disguised as constellations. A veteran, her face obscured by a scarred helmet, knelt beside her. "They won't. But what if they do?" The woman gestured to the horizon, where rebel ships hung like brushstrokes, asymmetrical, garish, alive. "Then we'll remind them that chaos isn't a tactic. It's a habit." The child frowned, unconvinced, until the veteran opened her palm. Inside lay a dented harmonica, its surface etched with the old USF lightning globe. "Blow," she said. The note warbled, raw and defiant, echoing over the fields. Somewhere in the Andromeda system, a probe registered an anomaly, a fledgling star, its light warped by a shell of salvaged alien alloy. Human engineers had inscribed it with a single phrase: "Atom thin. Dance here." When the Milky Way burned out, that star would still flicker. Not a warning, a welcome,